Torah tells us in this week's Parshas, Parshas Re'eh, about the mitzvah of Tzedakah. And Nason Titain, you should give. The person is going to be poor, the person asking for money, and you should give the person. And it shouldn't be difficult, it shouldn't be bad in your heart, it shouldn't be hard for you, and a negative experience for you to give tzedakah. Because of this thing, Hashem will bless you. There are plenty of brachos attached to the mitzvah of tzedakah, and therefore, it shouldn't bother you, because the experience of tzedakah in the end is going to elevate you, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu attaches so much bracha to it. The Haflah has a different approach to the pasuk, and the Haflah reads the pasuk a little bit differently in a way that leaves us with a message that is extraordinarily important. And here I certainly speak to myself as much as to anybody else. It says, Nason Titain lo, somebody comes for tzedakah and you should give to him. And sometimes it is difficult. Sometimes the person could even be a little bit gruff. And we respond, the person catches us at a time that's difficult. Don't express that. Don't give over that frustration. Because of this dibur, because of the way you speak to the ani will determine, explains the Baal Haflah, whether you're going to get schar for that tzedakah or not. Very powerful message. It's not because of this thing, because of tzedakah, you're getting so much schar, so it shouldn't bother you so much. But the way that you interact with the ani, how that experience goes, that you're able to overcome, and you're able to realize that as difficult as the person may be at that moment, and how hard it may be, and it really sometimes is the worst time possible, the way you welcome the person, the way you talk to the person, is going to determine whether you're going to get schar for your tzedakah or not. I heard from Rabbi Reisman Shlita, said he heard the name of Rav Sternbach, a hosafa. Based on this, you can explain something else. The Gemara says that a person who gives tzedakah, in order that my son should live, is a tzaddik gomer. And it seems like a very strange Gemara, because it sounds like the person who doesn't have that in mind is not the tzaddik gomer. And you would think the opposite. If I have a pretext, I have a reason that I'm giving it, it's a little bit less lishma than if I'm just giving it straight for no reason whatsoever. Says Rav Sternbach, based on what the Haflah says, we now understand. Because when you can say to the ani, you're doing me a favor, I need this, I need the zechus, I need to be doing this, you make the person feel better. That's the tzaddik gomer. The experience that the person has, that the ani has, is going to determine the quality of that tzedakah. And therefore, that is the tzaddik gomer. If you can somehow make the person feel good, even when you can't give the person what they want, and that's usually where so much of frustration comes. We don't know, they're asking for too much. It becomes a very, very uncomfortable situation. But if we do it with a smile, and we offer them something to drink, and we try and make sure that the person feels uplifted, even if we can't help the person to as much as they would want, Hashem promises that will be a source of tremendous bracha mirtz Hashem in all of our lives.